Yeah, listener. I want to be real careful about saying deserve and things like that because the fight game, as I always talk about, is nothing but a metaphor for real life. And let's look at what happened to Peter Yan, right? He lost the title effectively by getting a DQ knee against Aljamain, and then came back and ironically lost that next fight, which is very close. Kind of like BJ Penn versus Frank Yanker, right? Like BJ got robbed in Abu Dhabi, but then the rematch he lost, and it sets your career on a spin, right? And look where BJ is now. Unfortunately, right? He never retook a championship in the UFC. Peter Yan was amazing, right? Like I think there was a stretch they keep showing it on the internet where he was 3-1, right, after losing that title, or maybe that was part of it. The title losses were part of it, right? The two fights to Aljamain, the robbery against Sean Strickland, and all that. All of that is not to take anything away from Merab Davashvili, right? Like what he did as champion was insane. And I understand why they're calling him the GOAT because it didn't look like anybody could deal with his grappling prowess. Well, we got news, right? Someone dealt with his grappling prowess, and his name was Peter Yan, and that came from Yan being a very complete fighter. And I read this morning, honestly, and I'm glad I waited to make the video. Yan was a Taekwondo guy, guys. Don't get me wrong, Yan is great boxing, but where does that accuracy come from in boxing and in his boxing? And that comes from Taekwondo. Why? Guys, when you hit pads, you can generate power, you can get great conditioning. But hitting the air is what actually gives you accuracy because there's nothing to throw your strikes off sway. So just like kickers who are traditional kickers like Conor McGregor, Anderson Silva, those guys get really good at kicks and really accurate because they're kicking the air a lot. It's the same thing. And boxing coaches don't say it because I don't think they really know it, being totally honest with you. But shadow boxing is a great workout, right? But shadow boxing also makes you intensely accurate with your punches, right? And in Taekwondo, especially, which is what Yan took as a kid, apparently, like every punch is directed at one hit, one kill, and it's all to the air. They don't even really use makiwaras very much in Taekwondo. It's all air strikes. And air strikes make your pinpoint accuracy deadly. And that makes his boxing deadly. And that's what makes Peter Yan what he is. And that's why mixed martial arts are so cool. You see these arts blend to create these things. Now, everybody says, oh, it's his great boxing. Yeah, his great boxing brought out the fact that he's a Taekwondo master or black belt or whatever. But yeah, there it is, man. Do I think Merab deserves an immediate rematch? I can see it both ways, listener, right? Like, Yan had to go back through hell to get there again. So either way, however they want to do it, look, at the end of the day, it's going to be Dana's whims, right? So why do we even get involved? Like and follow for more on the Fight Game.